It's upon us to help give our kids great spaces to be in. We don't want them to be in spaces where they really shouldn't be hanging downtown.
We begin with a story about crime and consequence, cooperation and community. A shocking murder that Indianapolis leaders say deserves a nuanced conversation. Thanks for joining us. It's 11 o'clock and I'm Allison Gormley in tonight for Scott. A 23-year-old killed in a downtown parking garage and a 14-year-old charged with his murder. That teenager is accused of killing 23-year-old Brett Scroggum last week as Scroggum was headed to an Indians game. Police found Scroggum shot inside a car and he died 2 days later. Now prosecutors confirm that shooting started as a carjacking, but many of the details in this case are under seal because right now this case is in juvenile court. Prosecutors are working to get it moved to adult court.
We have a family who is grieving and going through just unimaginable pain, and they are looking for comfort and they are looking for justice, and that's where our energy and effort is.
The 14-year-old suspect cannot be publicly identified under state law. He's charged with murder, felony murder, attempted armed robbery, and dangerous possession of a firearm. Last year, 46 juvenile cases were filed or waived into adult court. Prosecutors will make their case an investigation during a waiver hearing. The waiver process can take up to a year. That case now moves through the courts, but the community leaders say the conversation can't stop with crime. Alex Almanza joins us from the newsroom with the one group trying to reach teens before they reach that point.
Hey, Allison, leaders with the group Aspire House Indy are launching the first ever after-hours program aimed at teens and young adults. It gives them something to do that's actually fun, and they walk away with some pretty valuable skills. A piece of wood doesn't look like much at first. Rough edges, no shape, no direction.
To come in here and just put a tool to the wood and watch the shape that it can come in.
But with the right tools, the right hands, something starts to take form. For Renee Schultz, woodworking is one way to show young people what patience and support can build.
I think that would be better than hanging out, with your friends out on the street corner.
Schultz, along with dozens of mentors, are hanging out near the old firehouse on Udell Street. It's all part of Aspire House's after-hours summer program. Co-founder Sharon Clark says teens and young adults guide what the program becomes.
I think the best thing we can do is let our kids inform us and inform the program that we're doing.
Friday and Saturday nights, 7 to 11, teens can learn how to woodwork with people like Sharon, craft with artists like Luke Johnson.
It allows people to have a safe space and to provide for their community.
No onions tonight, but that's okay.
You can even learn the basics of cooking.
We know you like to eat. Everybody likes to eat. Well, why don't you learn how to prepare the food or learn how to grow the food?
Enos Adams, or Chef E, helps run the kitchen where young adults can learn just that. After all, food does bring people together.
We don't just want to keep them out of trouble. We want to inspire them to do great things and become productive members.
And like that piece of wood, Aspire House's leaders hope with the right tools and the right people, young lives can start to take shape. The program runs every Friday and Saturday night through August 1st from 7 p.m. to 11. It's for ages 15 to 20, and families can register by clicking on this story at WTHR.com. Allison?
All right, thank you, Alex. Now, the mayors of Indianapolis and Carmel are announcing plans to find joint solutions to crime in central Indiana. Democrat Joe Hogsett and Republican Sue Finkam say they're inviting mayors from cities in 9 counties to join them at a new regional mayors public safety partnership summit. It comes a week after Finkam took to social media alleging the criminal justice system in Marion County is having a negative impact on safety in Carmel. A joint statement from Mayor Hogsett and Finkam said, "Crime takes a toll on every community. Individuals who commit crimes often move among jurisdictions, creating challenges that no single community can solve alone. As mayors, we are committed to working together to address this critical issue on behalf of those we serve."
It's been a warm and breezy Friday evening, and it has been dry after a few showers earlier this afternoon. Radar is quiet locally, but boy, it's active across parts of central Wisconsin and now the eastern sections of Iowa. This weather system will have a local impact as we get into the weekend. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the Saturday forecast. 71, a muggy start tomorrow. 81 at noon. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the mid-80s. Middle and upper 80s both Saturday and Sunday. Storm chances both days. We'll have the local timeline to help you make the outdoor plans in just a few minutes.
It's not good for the city of Chicago. I mean, it's an institution here. So them moving, you know, how do the fans feel about that? How do they commute to Indiana? I'm not sure what the distance, but Soldier Field here is an icon. The Bears are an icon here for Chicago. So for them leaving, it's like you're taking a part of the city away, like you're ripping a part of your heart out from the city.
Really, it doesn't really affect me because I don't live in Chicago, so I have to drive 3.5 hours anyways to watch them play. So them moving, it doesn't really affect me because I'm still gonna have to drive 3.5 hours to watch them play. So
it doesn't really affect much. I mean, it's really just like 20-30 minutes away from where they are currently, and it's pretty close to Chicago.
It's either a game changer or a much ado about nothing, depending on which fan you ask. But it's a vote that may rock the NFL. The Bears Board of Directors is advancing a stadium project here in Indiana. You can see the welcome signs up in Hammond. Aaron is looking at it tonight to see what vote that really means and why this move may not be a done deal yet.
Each word of the statement from Bears Chairman George McCaskey and CEO Kevin Warren is being carefully examined. They say the Board of Directors voted to advance their stadium project in Hammond, but they also add the exact site to be selected. That leaves Illinois leaders believing there is still time to negotiate. Governor Pritzker's spokesman says the Bears have been shifting their position on a stadium location. That has hindered their progress. However, Indiana's Governor Mike Braun welcomes the Bears update, saying an NFL franchise in Northwest Indiana will be an economic boost to the entire region like we haven't seen before.
This is the story of J.B. Pritzker, and again, obviously, this mechanism that's being used of these tax breaks, that's one of the only ways to work with these people. But we've given away so much and got so little.
GOP candidate for Illinois Governor Darren Bailey and other members of the GOP are putting the blame game on Governor Pritzker's office for failing to coordinate a Bears solution.
I think there's some things that we could have done to give them tools, give Arlington tools, give the city of Chicago. But ultimately, Marianne, I think the Senate, the House, the city of Chicago, and the Bears did not sit down at a table and talk together.
Earlier this week, House Speaker Chris Welch made it clear he is in no hurry to call a special session of the Illinois General Assembly.
I don't think a special session is going to be required. We're back in November. We've got a lame duck session in January.
Mayor Brandon Johnson sees the Chicago site as still viable. Said in a statement, until we see shovels in the ground in Hammond, the city will continue to engage in discussions. We also tried to speak to the mayor this afternoon.
Mayor, can you take a question from us?
The Chicago mayor may not be answering questions from reporters, but Indiana lawmakers are. You just heard the response from Governor Braun. Indiana legislators who passed the bill to create a stadium authority also celebrated the Bears vote. We talked with House Speaker Todd Houston.
It's exciting for our state. I think, the Bears choosing Indiana just shows all the tremendous things we have going on here, and it's been a fun thing to be a part of. And I'm so excited for all the people in Northwest Indiana. They've been tremendous partners in this, and it's going to be a transformative thing for our state.
House Minority Leader Phil Giaquinta issued a statement saying, in part, a development of this scale means good-paying jobs and major new investment for Hammond and all of Northwest Indiana. But could Illinois leaders have a trick play up their sleeves? Time will tell, and we'll certainly keep you posted. Here's a quick look at other stories making headlines right now. Tonight, the Indiana National Guard is confirming the death of 34-year-old Sergeant Nathaniel Thomas. Sergeant Thomas died while on orders at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, but not in a training event. He leaves behind a wife and 5 children. We'll share more on the memorial service after the information is released. The mother of a 5-year-old girl who died of starvation just appeared in court. Prosecutors are seeking life without parole for Tony McClure. They say they will present evidence McClure and her mother tried to hide the girl from DCS. Kinsley Welty died in 2024. McClure's trial is set to start June 22nd. Now, a 21-year-old woman is under arrest accused of murder in a triple shooting downtown. It happened a couple weeks ago near Meridian and Maryland Streets. 32-year-old Gregory Anderson died in the shooting. Another man and woman were also shot. Tonight, there's a change in leadership in the Indiana Senate. The second-ranking Republican is stepping down from his position as Majority Floor Leader, but Chris Garden will remain a member of the Senate. And take a look at this roadwork on the south side of Indianapolis. Crews spent the week strip patching 5 Points Road from Turnberry Way to County Line Road. Remember, when you see these crews out repairing the streets, use caution and give them plenty of space to work. Remember, you can find all of the latest local stories streaming anytime. Just scan the QR code on your screen.